Good afternoon to you and welcome. This is Social Reports. My name is Oyewumi Ayinigbara. The Ondo State Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa has described the late Secretary to the State Government, Temitayo Oluwatoyi, as a committed politician who is always ready for the development of the state and the country at large. At the night of tribute in his honor in Akure, the State Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa said the late SSG, popularly called Tukana, would be greatly missed. Government House correspondent Zimo Ebieme provides further details as the report is presented from our studios.
Nigerians in their numbers gathered here in Akure City Hall for a night of tributes for the man who came, who saw and who conquered, the late Secretary to the Ondo State Government, Temitayo Oluwatoyi. Though a night affair, yet thousands of party leaders, sons and daughters of Akure gathered to eulogize the grassroots politician. One after the other, they spoke glowingly of the late Secretary to the state government.
The late SSG was a wonderful man. He was a quiet man. He was a very quintessential leader.
Tayo was more than just a colleague or a classmate for us. He was a beacon of light in our lives.
While he was the president, we almost abandoned our constitution because of his good deeds. And at a point, he said, "Hey, Yomi, what is happening? Did you want to make me like president of the club?"
I will so much cherish it. I in particular could remember the year 2000 when I was transferred from Ibadan to Akure. He gave me the whole house to stay.
Educate us to the best of his ability and
Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa, represented by his deputy, the wife and children of the deceased, to take solace in the fact that God give it and take it.
This reminds us that death is a debt for all of us to pay. And because of this, we know that no one will live forever. We are just here for a moment. And therefore, when one is left, they are just our brother. What will be said, common in all that everybody has said. I summarize it this way. Our brother is a good man.
Governor Aiyedatiwa appreciated the people for giving their last respect to the late Secretary to the state.
A chasm that can never be fully filled. The only way to understand the meaning of life truly is to confront the possibility of death. Indeed, to die is to return to one's real home.
After the night of tributes, there was candlelight procession where youths marched through major streets in Akure to honor the deceased.
No fewer than 50 farmers are said to benefit from Adiyero, short-cycle broiler production initiative in Ondo State. The Senior Special Assistant to the Governor on Agric and Agribusiness, Rotimi Wemimo, at a training in Akure, said the initiative is to increase production of chicken. Our correspondent Abidemi Akerutoye reports poultry farmers will also get feeds.
This is the gathering of farmers, the Poultry Association of Nigeria, and officials from the Ministry of Livestock Development, newly established by the federal government as testament to government's commitment to promoting agriculture and improving the livelihood of farmers in Akure, the state capital. The idea is to help farmers navigate the challenges of poultry production and tap into the new markets and opportunities, thus contributing to food security and economic growth. State Chairman of Poultry Association of Nigeria, Fadipe Olawale, and the Southwest Chairman of PAN.
In today's training, they will give them inputs, DOC, feeds, and drugs. After a few weeks, in 5 weeks' time, they become our offtake, and the money for the input will be deducted, and the rest is going to be their profit, which is going to millions of nairas.
We just feel that we need to refresh them with training again in the production of this short cycle broiler. You know, all of us eat chicken, and this chicken, 5 weeks is enough. At most 6 weeks, they would have become, they would have been mature to eat, and then the farmers who produce it will make money, and it will sell to the public. This one we're going to sell at a reduced cost, at a subsidized cost to the farmers.
The bank will be able to actually give assistance and help. So there are a lot of data capturing going on right now. I expect the farmers to them enroll into the data capturing, so we have the data. So, but we are also planning the senatorial farms, which we're doing, for us to be able to have and control food supplies
in boosting their businesses.
This is what I have been practicing, but what I learned today, which I'm going to put into use in the forthcoming broilers production. In fact, I know the result will be amazing.
In fact, it's a great privilege to be here, and I believe with a couple
Osrc News.
In a bid to complement on the state government's effort at combating the spread of Lassa fever in the state, the Institute of Human Virology Nigeria, IHVN, has donated equipment to the Public Health Laboratory in Akure. The move, in collaboration with the Ondo State government and the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC, follows the urgent need for equipment to carry out diagnosis for Lassa fever in the state capital and other areas of the state. Joy Pius tells us more.
The fight against the spread of Lassa fever has been in the front burner for government and healthcare providers in Ondo State. But the challenge of testing samples, the Institute of Human Virology Nigeria, IHVN, provided this state-of-the-art equipment to support the existing molecular laboratory in Akure, with the optimization efforts of the state government and the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC. The epidemiology and surveillance manager for the institutes, Dr. Saiki Musa, noted that due to the increased cases of Lassa fever outbreak, the institute is collaborating to provide modern equipment for carrying out diagnostic tests in the state capital.
In 2023, we were here to establish some gaps in the control of Lassa fever, and that included, amongst others, the fact that there is a need to establish another public health laboratory to complement the effort in FMC Owo. The state took it as a duty to decentralize this testing opportunity, and IHVN, through the funding from CDC, United States Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, took on this effort to support the facility with some equipment that will complement what already exists. And some of these equipments are the ones we've mentioned: the chemistry auto-analyzer, hematology auto-analyzer, the safety cabinets, and we have also tried to certify some of the existing equipment.
Permanent Secretary, Ondo State Ministry of Health, Dr. Adeniran Ikumola, commended the collaborative efforts of the institute, adding that the equipment will be properly utilized.
We want to especially appreciate Mr. Governor for providing the enabling environment for partners to collaborate with us. We have here now, we have inspected the equipment donated to us by CDC, that is the Federal Ministry of Health through CDC, and then facilitated by IHVN. We've gone through There are multi-million equipment that will assist us to strengthen our public health laboratory towards testing for Lassa fever and other infectious diseases.
Representatives of both the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC, and the World Health Organization, WHO, commended the initiative, assuring of more collaborations.
Currently, we have 13 labs within the network. This lab here at IDH is now one of the labs as well that we are looking forward to optimize in the nearest future, pending some modifications that have already been made. But we've also sent some equipment, we've also sent a team, right? We've also conducted some level of training for them, but then we'll still do more with regards to, in preparation to optimize the lab, to make it functional, to be able to test for Lassa fever, especially, which is in focus at the moment.
The lab here will help us to be able to identify cases, and it will improve the system and response by both the state and partners.
The provision of this equipment is expected to revolutionize the fight against Lassa fever and other emerging infectious diseases. Joy Pius, OSRC News.
And still on health, the chairman of the hospital's management board, Dr. Taiwo Fasharati, has expressed concern over the ongoing brain drain in Nigeria's healthcare sector, acknowledging that the global healthcare sector is experiencing a workforce migration with professionals moving across countries in search of improved working conditions, remuneration, and security. Fasharati underscores the importance of training and capacity building, revealing plans to provide more training opportunities for both junior and senior healthcare workers. He further emphasized that with continued dialogue and government, necessary measures will be put in place to mitigate the rising trend of medical personnel leaving the country.
The world is a global village, and you really cannot tell people not to seek greener pastures. Here we know the challenges that people have been facing, the work environment, remunerations, and security. These are issues that have been lingering for a very long time. I think what is being done right now in the country, and especially in Ondo State, is to make sure that healthcare workers get paid very well. You're not going to pay until to the point that you bankrupt the state. But when they have challenges, authority, the government is trying, especially the government